jump on my baby. Jump mama, baby. Jump mama, baby. Jump mama, baby. Notice how I put a pillow in my shirt. I'm playing Santa Claus this week.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What? You don't believe me? I'm gonna go really fast right now. Take advantage of these rolling hills. Yeehaw! Ooh, doggy. Should I take a right and get run over by a rhinoceros? Or should I take a left and rescue a beautiful maiden? You decide. Oh my God! If you don't stop coming in here drunk, stand up straight. I hear strange noises. It's a doggy! It's a doggy! A German Shepherd saw me saying that. He started running after us. I gotta watch the road sometimes. Nah, fuck it, not too often. I'd rather look at you. How you been doing lately? We've been doing pretty good too. Nice sunset. Not really nothing special because there's no color, pretty clouds and stuff, but I like it. Casting shadows on these nice houses, old houses. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I like to ask that of all my friends. I gotta put this on. This stranglefies my nutsack. And that's the way I like it. I should stop inducing fear in my fellow motorists. That's good exercise. Looking at me for, huh? Why'd they keep looking at us for, Trixie? Stop opening portals to other dimensions here inside the roads. People will spy on us. Speaking of spy on us, I want them to spy on me. Come on this drug here, this drug thing. Isn't there a drug thing here for me to suck on? I wanted a drug thing. I wanted a drink. It's not. It's not there. It's not there. It's right here. It's not there. Damn. That just
sun go from almost normal sun color to bright orange in just a short period of time. A few minutes. Because it's starting to feel nice and cool now. A little too cool, maybe. I need to roll the window up a little. Bright red. Maybe I'll catch some more of it through the houses. That's beautiful. There we go. Turn here? No, go straight. Or did it think I already had turned? Yep, that motherfucker. Already turned. Oh, God. Yeah, it don't make much difference. bought some gosh darn barns, huh? Got some barns, man. God, we trust, pray for a miracle, oh Christ. Oh, fucking great.
Ricky, what are you doing here, baby?
Oh, come on with that bullshit. I have a problem with my GPS throwing me all kind of crazy places. I don't know why. Oh, God. Alright, scanning, we must start. Trixie wants to look out so bad. Okay. You better get back. Alright. Start scanning. All right. All right. We're heading to the monkey store, and I'm gonna get a teeny tiny monkey. That's what we need in here, is a teeny tiny monkey to jump around in here while we ride around. Right, Trixie? A teeny tiny monkey. Teeny tiny monkey. A teeny tiny monkey, oh yeah. About time too. Damn it. We need a teeny tiny monkey in here. Ollie Wally poodles and hay. Nope. Wow. He went in the back. He said he ripped my belly all up. Can I rub the belly? Don't you do that with that nose. That nose is on rental. Don't scrub it up. Yeah.
And it's kind of wild to look back. We were driving species to extinction before we recognize extinction as a concept within Western society. And this book really gets at that. It takes this particular event, this communal moment. It's often almost like a joke in paleontology. This 1853 dinner. We have all these anatomists and scientists having dinner inside wanted on New Year's Eve and say, like, how did we get there? How did this ridiculous moment become assembled from these serious scientific questions? And it's also kind of cut up and told in such a way that it's great for the museum. You can, like, read a chapter or two, jump in the ocean, come back out, pick up where you left off, and it doesn't require too much, like, intense concentration on all these things. The second one, it's my kind of off-screen pitch for this one.
investigator, Johnny Dollar. An insurance investigation, he is just an expert. At making out his expense account, he is an absolute genius. Expense account, submitted by investigator Johnny Dollar. To Home Office, East Coast Underwriters, Seminole Building, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of my expenditures in the investigation regarding the Paracost policy for your company. Expense account item 1.
Oh, I see.
Plane fare to Benton, Ohio, $40.04. Item 2, plane fare Benton back to Hartford, $40.04. Explanation, purchase 2 one-way tickets. Because of the type of case I'm usually assigned, I never press my luck by buying round trips. This time I was almost right. Expense account item 3. Cab fare, airport to Valley Hotel, $2.20. Tip the driver.
Gee, $1.
Naturally.
There'll be steak on the table tonight. Welcome to Welfare City.
Hey, Dorman.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you, sir?
Bring my bag inside, will you? Here.
$1.
Always.
All you need is $1 and a pen.
Good evening, sir.
Hello. You have a reservation for Johnny Dollar?
Oh, yes, Mr. Dollar's in his room. He checked in about 8 o'clock.
Huh? Oh, I guess I ain't the man I used to be. What room is he in?
Sorry, sir. I'm not permitted to tell you that. I can phone him.
Oh, no, never mind. Let me have one of those envelopes, will you? I'd like to leave my card for this Mr. Dollar.
Yes, sir. Here you are.
Thanks. Here, just pop this in his box. The clerk popped the envelope in the box number 207, and I popped myself into an elevator going up to room 207. I'd come to Benton to investigate a murder, and in just a matter of minutes, I found myself ready to commit one.
Yes? Who is it?
Bellboy, sir. A package from Hartford.
Just a minute.
Package for me?
Special delivery.
Come on, get up on your feet.
Wait a minute. Take it easy. You must be Johnny Dollar.
Sometimes strangers in a hotel room can be a lot of fun, but not when they're using my name. What's your angle?
Listen, Dollar, I can explain everything.
It better be good and it better be fast.
I didn't want to be seen waiting for you in the lobby, and it's important that I talk with you before anybody else does. That's why I'm here. I'm Eric Proctor.
Oh, defense attorney in this Paracost thing, huh? Well, I hope you're better at defending your client than you are at defending yourself.
Whether my client goes to the chair or not, unfortunately, has nothing to do with my being a good lawyer. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Well, I suppose this is one time when the attorney won't mind relinquishing the floor. Why don't you get up on your feet?
Thanks. I will. Now, look, I'm no coward, Dollar. But if either one of us is going to get any place on this case, we'll have to work together. Now, I need your help. And I need it badly.
I do a single act, sorry.
Now, don't be hasty. I can help you, too. Just how much do you know about the Paracost murder?
All I know is it's one of the screwiest cases I've ever run into. All over the country, beneficiaries are knocking off insured people. But not here in Benton. Oh, no, here they tell me the insured man, Harlan Wolf, knocked off his beneficiary and partner, Paracost. And now I've got the jolly assignment of trying to keep the state from executing the insured man. My employer, East Coast Underwriters, isn't anxious to see $100,000 of their money burn up on the electric chair.
Well, at least we're both stuck with the same tough job.
Now look, I'll tell you the 2 things I already know, and you fill it in from there. All I know is that Paracost was shot to death, and that his business partner, your client Harlan Wolf, was picked up leaving town and being held for the murder. What have they got against him?
Only what they found on him. That's enough. The murder weapon.
Any witnesses?
One. Paracost's wife, Marcia. An eyewitness.
Murder weapon and an eyewitness? Well, it seems at least at first glance anyway. The state of Ohio will be receiving a large electric bill one day soon. Is there any chance of my seeing Wolf?
No, not before he's indicted.
Great.
Dollar, Harlan Wolf shot Paracost in self-defense. There was no premeditation. Well, I'm convinced that I could get him off with a second-degree manslaughter verdict if it weren't for the tactics of the prosecution.
What's that?
Well, they not only have intimidated my character witnesses, they've suborned their own to perjury. That's the sort of thing I'm up against.
Well, as the insurance companies keep on saying, never say die. They're working to find the widow Paracost.
Well, if they aren't holding her in protective custody so nobody can question her, she may be at home. That's 1375 96th Street.
That's a lot of fingers. By the way, how's hers? Expense account item 4, cab fares, a home of murdered man, and the girl he left behind him, $2.40. I shivered all the way out to the suburbs, but not from fear or anticipation. A simple case of summer shorts in red flannel weather. The Parakoff place was obviously the product of a good income and a bad architect. It looked like a great big wedding cake, and Mother Nature had mercifully iced the confection. The front walk was white and untrammeled in the driven snow. As a matter of fact, that's what it was. 3 inches of it, which meant that Marcia hadn't had a visitor in the past couple of hours. I was playing detective. Someone inside was playing the radio. So, I played Peeping Tom and loved every second of it. I couldn't see her face, but she had a lovely profile. I hastened to the door. Wow, her hair was red and her eyes were green. Her hair stopped her cold and then her eyes gave me the go signal.
Yes?
Would you mind saving that yes for later?
I beg your pardon?
Well, I've come here to ask your help, and I hope you'll say yes.
That was in the 1940s.
My name is Johnny Dollar. I've been sent to Benton to investigate the death of your husband.
Well, why? Has this turned into a federal case?
No, I'm from the insurance company.
Oh, come in.
Thanks. Say, where can I put my coat? This snow will melt all over your carpet.
It was in the 1940s, and Johnny Dollar fucked the girl at the end of every episode.
Good
A
shot.
new girl.
Come on in by the fireplace. It's nice and warm.
Should have brought some chestnuts. I could have followed her with my eyes closed. She headed for the living room, leaving a pathway of perfumed air behind her, and I didn't waste a breath of it. That's nice perfume.
Sit down.
Thanks.
Yeah, you have good taste. That chair is a genuine antique.
Oh? If you can stand a compliment before we get down to business, you certainly furnish a room.
Oh, most of the things are just reproduction.
Not the things I'm talking about.
Oh, you mean me?
Uh-huh. Well, this is a happy surprise. I expected to find someone fatter and 40-er.
My husband was. And now, what about his insurance?
Oh, you got me wrong. See, I'm working for the company that insured the man being held for the murder of your
Who's
husband.
fatter and 40-er?
What do you want from me?
Boy, yo,
What's the story? What
Yoda.
happened?
Oh, that I can't do. The district attorney had a long talk with me about it. I'm not supposed to say anything to anybody about it until the trial.
Well, I'm not asking you for any state secrets. I just want you to save me a trip down to the morgue.
Don't be so brutal.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were still in mourning. I think that she confused me. Anyway, I'm at the newspaper log. That's what they call their files. You gave them a story. Why won't you give it to me?
I told you I can't.
Okay. Sorry I wasted your time.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't go.
Well, you aren't exactly cooperating.
Please sit down. I'm going crazy in this house alone all the time. Can't we find something else to talk about?
Sure. Later. First things first.
That makes sense. All right. I don't see how it could be wrong to tell you what's already been in the newspapers, Johnny.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
All right. Well, Howard Wolf and I were here in this room alone. We were discussing business.
Business?
Business. The Highland Coal Corporation. My husband was its president. Harlan Wolf is the secretary-treasurer, and I'm the vice president.
I can't resist this. But your kind of businesswoman makes this anthracite heart of mine feel very bituminous.
What? I don't get it.
Let it go. So, you and Wolf were sitting here talking about your coal business. Where were you sitting?
Well, I was sitting over there at the den.
How about Wolf?
He was sitting where you are right now. And then my husband came home.
And no doubt accused you and the secretary-treasurer of putting in too much overtime. Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, it was terrible. They fought, and finally Howland ran over to the couch over there and pulled his gun out of his overcoat pocket and started pulling the trigger.
Who called the police? The neighbors?
No, I did. Well, that's all there is to it.
That's all I wanted to know. That didn't hurt, did it?
No. Now, how about using those big shoulders of yours for throwing a log on the fire?
Sure. I'll go outside and get one.
No, there are logs in here.
Mm-mm. I'd rather go outside and get one if it was damp. They burn much slower.
Oh. Well, then, while you're at it, Get a big one.
She wants a big one. This was the 1940s.
I left Marcia gazing into the fire, called a cab, and stepped out into the cold night air to wait for it. I went down the front walk with my mind on what was behind me instead of what lay ahead.
Hey, Dollar!
Out of the white snow loomed two very large blue police uniforms, completely filled.
Get out of this Parakoff mess, Dollar. As a matter of fact, get out of this town.
Why, officer? I'm just beginning to like it here.
Look, this is from the top that makes it official. We've got the guilty man. We don't want any trouble.
Look, you go back to the top and tell them that this is one sure way of getting trouble.
They told us how to answer that one, too.
I did my best. My best to break every one of the Marquis of Queensberry rules. I knew I was fighting a losing fight, but I was fighting for a little time. And that's all I got. A fist never stopped in my head. Seemed to feel like a ping pong ball in a four-handed game. Suddenly, things looked up. Me, flat on my back in the snow, seeing stars. Then a boot came flying toward my head and switched off all the pretty lights.
In just a minute, we'll bring you the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. But first, we want to remind you that next Sunday night, CBS once more will bring you 10 great shows, filled with great stars and complete with comedy, drama, and mystery. Betty Davis will make her first appearance on The Prudential Hour, co-starring with Ray Milland in a gripping story of a woman who has to bridge a lifetime in 3 short hours. Once more, you'll hear those 90 non-stop minutes of mirth with Spike Jones, Jack Benny, and Amos and Andy in succession. There'll be more comedy, more drama following rapidly. The Adventures of Sam Spade, Lum and Abner, Helen Hayes, Eve Arden, Life with Luigi, It Pays to Be Ignorant. Staying tuned to CBS on Sunday nights guarantees you the greatest entertainment on the greatest listening night of all. These programs are regular Sunday night features on most of these same CBS stations. And of course, Jack Benny comes to you over them all. And now, back to yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Continuing expense account submitted by Johnny Dollar to the Home Office, East Coast Underwriters, Terminal Building, Hartford, Connecticut. Expense account item 5, medical supplies, bonded, $7. Oh, and here's something I'll give you for free. A handy help for your regularly employed insurance investigators. When I find myself overwhelmed in a brawl with unknown assailants, cops included, I do my best to take away more than just bruises and contusions. During my career, I've picked more pockets than a rack boy in a pool room. And I added one more to the score during the brawl in front of the Parakoff house just before I went bye-bye in the snow. Hey, mister, wake up. Come on, wake up. You'll catch your death of cold. Did you call a cab?
Yeah, I think so.
Holy smokes, your face. Was you robbed?
What's the matter? Isn't it there?
Huh? Here, I'll give you a hand. Thanks. Holy smokes, when I first seen you laying there, I thought you was a snowman tipped over. How do you feel, cold?
Forevermore, I shall look
This was
kindly
awesome
upon the
writing
headache
for the
of these trees.
1940s.
Huh?
I love it.
Hey, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a wallet.
Did you lose it?
First I found
Almost
it.
100
then I
years
lost
ago,
it.
really. Not far off.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Come on, let's get out of here.
Where to, mister? Police headquarters?
Police headquarters? Over my dead body. Expense account, item 6. Breakfast in bed, $2.40. Expense account, item 7. Photographic work, $6. For taking pictures of contents of wallet I lifted from the police uniform the night before. Expense account, item 8. 70 cents cab fare to office of Edmund Byron, District Attorney.
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Bob. Good heavens, man, your face. Felonious assault?
Yeah, but I got a flash for you. Not by person or persons unknown.
Splendid. You wish to prefer charges?
Yeah, you're half right again. But not for felonious assault and not against the guys who gave me this going over last night.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. They were a couple of your harness bulls. I don't want you to waste any time denying it, so forget it. I don't have the slightest idea what this is all about, Dollar. I said forget it. I want to talk about something more important. You're holding Harlan Wolf for the Parakoff murder. Now, what I want to know is, when are you going to hand down your indictment and what it's going to be? First thing in the morning, first-degree murder. Anything else you want to know before I have you thrown out of here? Yeah. How do I get mixed up in these rhubarbs? Expense account, item 10, 5 cents. A phone call to my partner in despair, Eric Barker, attorney for the defense, who agreed to lend me a set of police photographs of the scene of the crime and the principals involved. Parakoff looked very dead. Marcia looked very frightened. And the accused, Harlan Wolf, looked very fat. The pictures of the scene of the crime indicated the shooting occurred with Parakoff and Wolf standing face to face, and that all of the bullets had gone banging straight into the right side of Parakoff's body. I set up an appointment to meet Barker at 3 that afternoon, and decided to make the most of the time in between by seeing what kind of a trade I could make on that wallet I picked up during the winter sports of the night before. The name in it was Ben Arnold, and the address was disreputable.
I don't want any brushes.
What a coincidence. I'm not selling any.
What do you want?
I'm looking for Ben Arnold.
Who isn't? He promised me he'd be home by now. By this time, I should know better.
Okay, I'll wait.
Outside.
Inside.
Hey, wait a minute. Ben won't like this.
Well, that makes it even. I don't like Ben.
Look, I don't want any trouble.
Okay, then don't make any trouble.
Well, what do you want here anyway?
Oh, let's just say I dropped by for an unfriendly visit.
If Ben finds you here, it'll get real unfriendly. I'm warning you, get out of here. Ain't that face of yours marked up enough?
Well, that mouse hanging under your eye isn't exactly a beauty mark. Ben really spreads his blessings, doesn't he? Hey. Ben really spread one blessing right there close in front of me. It was a small room, about the size of a large closet, with a clothes sprawled high and low, making the whole place look like a collapsed clothesline. And there, hanging on the back of the door, was Ben Arnold's police uniform. My eyes popped out, pushed one of its shiny brass buttons, and rang the bell. There, like little brass love letters on the brass, stood the initials CPD. And CPD were never the initials of the Benton Police Department. Thanks for seeing me so quickly, Barker.
Dollar, you are? Good Lord, what happened to your face?
A couple of police uniforms with overstuffed shoulders did this to me last night.
Oh, there you are. I warned you. We're up against a ruthless bunch. Something should be done about it. Are you using the police force to beat up anybody who stands in their way?
No, Barker. They were wearing uniforms, but they weren't police.
What? Well, I'm afraid I don't follow you.
Barker, can you give me one good reason for a Benton cop to be wearing an out-of-town uniform? And don't tell me they got mixed up at the cleaners.
Out-of-town uniform?
Yeah, and here's another one. If the law enforcement setup here is so rotten, why would they go to all the trouble of dressing up an outsider to do their muscle work?
Well, I don't know.
What I mean is, did they?
Who else would do it? Certainly couldn't have been Marcia.
Well, why not? The policy I'm interested in is the one that Parakoff, as president of that coal company, took out on Wolf's life because of his importance to the company. That kind of policy is taken out every day. But Marcia, as vice president of that coal company, is in line to collect on that policy if Wolf goes to the chair.
But why should Wolf admit to the shooting? He has nothing to gain. His life to lose.
Now, look. Marcia told me that the night of the murder, she and Wolf were alone in the house talking about the coal business. And then she didn't know what I meant when I used the words bituminous and anthracite. Whatever Marcia had on the fire that night with Wolf, it wasn't coal.
Yeah. Well, you're right about that. Marcia and Wolf were having some kind of romance.
Okay. So let's say Marcia shot her husband. Let's say Wolf is madly in love with her. Let's say she promises Wolf that she will testify he shot her husband in self-defense. Marcia gets away with murder, Wolf gets away with a light sentence or none at all, and then Wolf gets away with a girl. That makes sense.
Yeah, but what makes you think this is even possible?
Barker, somebody had me beat up last night. I say the prosecution wouldn't have bothered sending fake cops. So, the question is, who would? There's one thing I've got to check, and check fast.
Yeah, what's that? Those police photos you gave me show that Parakoff was shot by a left-handed shooter.
And that's one of the prosecution's strongest points. Wolf was left-handed.
Well, that doesn't prove that Marcia isn't. Parker, I'm going out and see Mrs. Parker. Mrs. Parakoff. And there's only one thing I really hope.
That she's left-handed?
That she's wearing that same negligee she had on last night. Hello, Marcia. Can I come in?
Why, Johnny, what happened to your face?
Oh, I didn't get down to the beauty parlor today.
You look like you've been fighting.
Uh-huh. Not too well, but wisely.
Well, come on in the other room. And, how about throwing another log on the fire?
Hey, you're a real little firebug, aren't you? You should have lived back in old Nero's time.
Whose time?
Never mind. I'll tell you what, I'll build the fire if you light it.
Well, I'd love to. Oh, you're getting a dry one from inside. Last night you went all the way outside to get one that would burn for a long time.
Oh, that was last night. You got some paper?
Oh, here's some.
There we are. Okay, hot point. Here's my lighter. Touch it off.
Okay. There, that'll do it. Come on. Sit down over here.
No, over here will do. This chair is a perfect fit for me. Which makes me think maybe the state of Ohio has a chair that's a perfect fit for you.
What are you talking about?
Well, if you want to play games, I'll read you the rules. You know, there's a big advantage in being on my side of investigation. Fellas in my racket have the benefit of a lot of experience. But murderers, well, almost everyone is inexperienced at that business. One moment they aren't murderers, the next moment they are.
Johnny, please.
Now, let's have a look at what's on my side. For instance, from the empty shell thrown off by an automatic pistol, the experts can get a better picture of a murder scene than they can from the witnesses. Your husband was killed by a gun that was held approximately 18 inches away and directly in front of him. And the bullets entered the right half of his body. That means he was killed by someone who shoots left-handed.
Harlan Wolf is left-handed. You can ask him. He'll tell you.
I know that. And so are you. Anybody who lights a cigarette lighter with your left hand is left-handed, which makes you a good candidate.
That doesn't prove anything.
No? No, I guess it doesn't. But this chair I'm sitting in does.
What do you mean?
Last night you told me Wolf was sitting in it when your husband came home. And that statement makes you a liar. Look, I'm trained down to the point where my belt is ready to sue my hips for non-support. And I can just get into this thing. And Wolf's picture shows that he's got a beam like the Queen Mary. He wasn't in this chair, which makes me think he wasn't even in this room when your husband was killed.
All right. So I'm a liar. That doesn't mean I'm a killer.
Marcia, investigators can make a lot of mistakes, but a murderer can only make one. And you've made a big one.
I tell you, I'm no murderer. You've got to believe me, Johnny. I'll tell you everything. You're right. Harlan Wolf wasn't here.
That's enough, Marcia. Shut up.
Eric, what are we going to do? He knows.
Keep quiet. Oh, Barker, as a defense attorney, you're acting mighty offensive.
We'll have to get rid of him, Eric.
Just as soon as we get rid of something else. Dollar, you've only got one thing on me. Ben Arnold's wallet. And I want that. Now.
You're welcome to it, Barker. But it might interest you to know that I've had this picture taken this morning. Your phony policeman's wallet and everything in it. And copies are in the mail right now. The insurance company won't have any trouble connecting you with the comedy cops who beat me up last night.
You're bluffing.
And there's something else I've got on you, Barker. This morning, when I was lying in bed, counting the bumps on my head, it suddenly occurred to me that you were the only one who knew where I was going last night. So you must have been the one who had me roughed up. It also does my heart good to see you standing there with that gun in your left hand, which makes you a candidate, too.
Shoot him. Shoot him, Eric.
You're a lawyer, Barker. What's your legal opinion? Are you just an accessory after the fact or before the fact? Or are you the murderer?
What are you waiting for? Shoot him. Kill him, I tell you.
Shut up, Marcia. Dollar, stand still.
If you won't, I will. Give me that gun.
Marcia, look out.
When Marcia made a rush to grab the gun from Barker, she got between me and the gun, and I dove in behind her, arms straight out, picked her up, and heaved. Marcia went smashing into Barker, and I went in a frantic treasure hunt through that flailing mass of snorting, angry bodies to find the head that held the gun. Believe me, it was no place for a lady, but Marcia was no lady.
I grabbed deep in between them and pushed Barker's gun hand up under the go-round, and just to make sure the rest was strictly a fist fight, jammed my trigger finger in over his and pumped till all the shots went into the ceiling. The way the plaster was falling, it was like another fight in the snow. But this time, Johnny Dollar came up heads instead of tails.
Eric!
Come on, Barker. Up you come. And down you go.
Oh, Eric.
All right, Nancy. All right. When I first met you last night, I asked you please to save a yes for later. I'm going to ask you a few little questions. If I'm right, let's hear it. 1. Did you kill your husband? Okay, 2. Did Eric Barker shoot your husband? Did you kill Harlan Wolf, tell him you did it, and talk him into taking this rap for you?
It was all Eric's idea. He said we'd get rid of my husband and Wolf and
collect their insurance. Well, Marcia, there's just one more question. Are you or aren't you going to call the district attorney and invite him over here?
yes.
Expense account item 11. $12.40 as lunch for the district attorney, who also turned out to be left-handed. And a very nice guy to boot. We had a lot in common. It was the first case either one of us had ever worked on where the defense had been working harder than the state to bring in a conviction. Also, that it was the first case where everybody on both sides turned out to be guilty. Defense attorney Eric Barker of murder, his girlfriend Marcia Parakoff of being an accessory before and after the fact, and Harlan Wolf of conspiracy to defraud. No wonder the nation's jails are getting overcrowded. Expense account item 12, $700. Side trip to Miami, Florida. Purpose, to recover from catching 40 winks and a miserable cold in Benton, Ohio snowbank.
Hey, Johnny, come on in. The water's fine.
Expense account total, $1,230.20. Signed, yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now a word about a special CBS broadcast this Sunday. You'll find it a story that grips you for a full 60 minutes on the air. A startling drama of a young reporter who finds that his assignment comes too close to home. A revelation of disturbing facts about our mental hospitals based on actual documented reports and 6 months of intensive study and preparation. With Eddie Albert starring as the young reporter, this tale of a mind in the shadow comes to you by popular demand in a repeat performance next Sunday over most of these same CBS stations. Be sure to hear Mind in the Shadow next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Next week when CBS brings you Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, with Charles Russell as Johnny. Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar is written by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd, with music by Mark Warno, and is produced and directed by Richard Sandville for CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. But first, this reminder. Just a little earlier tonight on CBS, Jack Benny turned dramatic actor on the Ford Theater. But this Sunday, he'll be back again on his own show with a special treat for the Jack Benny fans. After the last broadcast on which the Ronald Colemans appeared, thousands of letters came in from fans asking that Jack invite Ronnie and Benita back again soon. The Waukegan Wit did, and Ronnie and Benita, by popular demand, returned to the Jack Benny program this Sunday in what should result in one of the most hilarious broadcasts of the year. So be sure to listen to Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Coleman on The Jack Benny Show, which is heard on all CBS stations this Sunday.
again next week when CBS brings you Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, with Charles Russell as Johnny. Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar is written by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd, with music by Mark Warno, and is produced and directed by Richard Sandville for CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System. Johnny Dollar is written by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd, with music by Mark Warno, and is produced and directed by Richard Sandville for CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Hello and welcome to Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar from OTRGold.com. This episode will begin after a brief message from our sponsors.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, American Pioneer Life Insurance, Connecticut. Attention, W.K. Green, General Manager. The following is an accounting of my expenditures in the case of Barton Drake, or how I played ducks and drakes with a drake who ducked. Expense account, item 1. $100 I'm charging you for 1 hour's sleep I missed answering your telephone call at 9 o'clock in the morning. Expense account, item 2. $1.50. I had to go out for breakfast. Easter Bunny didn't leave me any eggs. Item 3, cab fare to your office, $1. Tip the driver,
Good morning, Johnny.
Why don't we make that good night sometime soon, shall we, Chickie?
Well, I've had to type up some of your expense accounts. I think maybe an evening review might be fun. But business
This was
first,
the
old
1940s.
Joe waiting for you.
And he's
Have
saying,
we gotten out of that
how
military
about
kick yet?
make that a good night
He
sometime
still thinks
soon.
he's a general. But to me, he's still just what he was before he ever went into the Army.
His belts never stopped fighting the battle of the businessman's bulge, huh? Well, forward march. Good morning, Mr. Green, sir. Mr. Dollar reporting as ordered, sir.
Howdy. Oh, yes. What's this saluting and heel clicking about?
Oh, I thought you might be homesick for some military courtesy.
Yeah, I'd be surprised to get any kind of courtesy from you. But we're not paying you to be polite. Sit down. Here. I got a job for you. Here. Had a copy made of the file in that case. You can take it with you.
Thanks. Barton Drake, huh? Oh, yeah, I remember him. Let's see. Life insurance, $30,000. Beneficiary, Mrs. Barton Drake. Well, what is it? Is he dead or just dying?
Neither, we hope.
Well, if you'll pardon a little before-noon philosophy, just by living, a man is slowly dying of old age.
We have a statistical department to worry about that. Your job is to find this man, Barton Drake.
Okay. What's the story?
And as far as the company is concerned, the story started one night just short of 7 years ago.
Oh, that would make it 1942.
Yes, the same year I was called upon to fight for my country.
Yeah, in the insurance division, Pentagon Building, Washington, D.C.
Huh?
But don't get me wrong. Those who served can be just as proud of what they did as those who fought. As you were saying.
I merely used the word fight as a general term.
Yes, General. Barton Drake, one night about 7 years ago?
Yes. When we issued the life policy on Drake, he listed his occupation as that of hardware store proprietor.
Hardware? As I recall it, he specialized in unregistered pistols, handcuff keys, and hacksaws. And if I'm not wrong, At the time he disappeared, he was under suspicion of grand larceny and wanted for assault with intent to kill a police officer.
Yeah, that's right. At the time, he was suspected of a number of large robberies.
Now, refresh me on that cop shooting. How'd that happen?
You remember. When the police arrived at the house to pick him up, he opened fire from the bedroom window, made a dashboard out of the back to his own car. And there was a chase during which the car skidded and went through the rail of a bridge into the river.
Oh, yes. Now I remember, yeah. They never did recover the body or the loot. All they got back was a wet Buick.
Dollar, that was 7 years ago. At least it will be 7 years in 1 more week. At that time, Barton Drake will be declared legally dead by the probate court. His wife has already instituted proceedings.
And when the court says she's a widow, she says, I want my $30,000, and you have to pay it, right?
Exactly. But we're not going to pay that $30,000 if we can help it. At 9 o'clock this morning, the Missing Persons Bureau of the New York Police Department called us and gave us reason to hope that Drake is still alive.
Well, what happened? Did they see him in a crystal ball?
And you don't know how close to the truth you came, Dollar.
Oh?
The Missing Persons boys have a new habit these days. Whenever there's a television show where there's a public crowd involved, they watch it. Last night, they think they spotted Barton Drake at the prize fight. Now, that's all we've got to go on, but we think he's alive and that he's somewhere in New York.
Well, that's a start anyway. I know where to find New York. Expense account item 4, $7. Mileage, Hartford to New York. I stopped in Bridgeport to soak up a dish of coffee and whatever information there might be in the insurance file. Of the two, the coffee was the stronger. All I learned from the file was Drake's physical measurements, the birthplace of his mother, his wife's maiden name, the last known quotation on his blood pressure, and his home address in Manhasset, Long Island, to which I went. The house had a $40,000 look about it, and its grounds were being manicured by a gardener who had a $12 a day look about him.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to see Mrs. Drake. Here's my card.
Yes, sir. Get in, please.
Thank you.
If you wait here in the hall, sir, I'll go tell her.
The maid had a $40 a week look about her and completed the picture of prosperity. For a hardware merchant, Barton Drake had died leaving his wife living a soft life. Either that or he was still alive and not giving his wife grounds for divorce on the basis of non-support. Or she was that certain kind of gal who wouldn't have any trouble making that certain kind of man get up that certain kind of money. And when I saw her, I knew not only that I couldn't afford her, but that Drake probably hadn't been able to, which probably led to his undoing. Just to give you an idea, she was wearing a diamond necklace and a negligee, and it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mr. Dollar?
Mrs. Drake?
Yes, Stella Drake. I'm having breakfast. Won't you come in and join me?
Well, I'll join you, but no breakfast. I just had a tomato surprise. Look.
Oh. I'm glad you didn't ring me. Come on, right in here. Are you sure you won't have some breakfast?
No, thanks. I couldn't bring myself to hurt that poor, tired trout you've got there.
Oh, please. That's a genuine English kipper.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't recognize it without its monocle.
Oh, you're more fun than an eye-opener. I should have you around when I get up every day.
Well, I have something to tell you that should make you really feel good.
You don't mean that bunch of stuffed shirts at the insurance company who decided to give me my money without going through all that fuss at probate?
Oh, I've got better news than that. You may not get that money. But we think you have a good chance of getting your husband back.
What?
Yeah, the New York police think they saw him last night. Alive. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe that doesn't make you happy.
Why, yes. Yes, of course it makes me happy, but to live without a man for 7 years and then have a stranger just sit across the table and calmly tell you he's alive, it's just too much. Tell me, where did they find him?
They didn't. They think they spotted him at the fights they were watching on television. I imagine they're looking for him. I know I am.
Well, it's impossible. If he were alive and back in New York, he'd come to me.
That's what I was hoping, Mrs. Drake.
Well, I don't believe it. Why would he do a thing like that to me? Why would he make me suffer all these years? I think you'd better go now. I've got to be alone. I've got to think. Oh, Barton, why? Please, Mr. Dollar.
I won't be alone.
I figured if she wanted to be alone, it was for a good reason. Because that lather she'd gotten into was strictly from soap opera. She flooded me to the door on a tide of tears. Once outside, I picked up the hedge clippers the gardener had conveniently left near the front walk and pruned the telephone wires leading into the house. Then I took a plant on the place from the other side of the street. I figured Mrs. Drake would want to share her troubles with somebody, and with the phone wires cut, she'd have to leave the house to do it, giving me a chance to follow her. And that's the way it worked out. She led me someplace, all the way into New York City, but not to Barton Drake. That would have been too easy. Once in Manhattan, she headed for a drugstore and a telephone booth. I slipped into the phone booth beside hers. I got the receiver off the hook and my nickel in the slot in time to use an old trick of mine. As she dialed, I tried to duplicate it with my phone. She dialed. And I dialed. I was just one number behind her all the way. When she was through dialing, I held off dialing the last number on my phone until she got an answer. And then I let it go. The number she was calling was busy. There was still room for coincidence, but it was good enough for me. I jotted down the number I'd gotten out of my little telephone game of tag and then listened.
I'll see you right away. We're in trouble. All right, I'll meet you.
The usual place turned out to be the usual place to meet trains, Grand Central Station. But no train ever pulled it where Drake went. As a matter of fact, no man ever did. Unless he was plump, maybe. That's right, where the ladies go to powder their noses and things. She came out 30 minutes later alone, but she never hit the street. Instead, she went through the tunnel into the adjoining Commodore Hotel and checked into room 407. The only room I could get was 1313. Expense account item. With this for ammunition, I went back to my hotel room and gunning for a bird I'd never seen. I set up the phonograph near the telephone, put on the record, and placed a call to the number Mrs. Drake had called earlier in the day.
Hello.
Hello there. 7 p.m. again, and this is your favorite disc jockey, Happy Jack the Money Man. Yes, your favorite disc jockey, your spinner with the winners. Tell me, are you listening to our show?
My radio is not on. Goodbye.
Oh, hold the phone, madam. A little thing like that doesn't make any difference to Happy Jack. Here's all you have to do to win a house full of prizes. Now, you just listen closely over the phone and identify today's puzzle platter, and you'll win all these wonderful prizes. A genuine Sunbeam Mixmaster that makes those fresh little eggs just happy to get beat up. Yes, and you'll clean up with the next prize. Make a real clean sweep with a Hoover vacuum cleaner with all attachments and no strings attached. And to send you tripping happily through life, you'll also receive a handsome set of easy-to-lug luggage, a pair of Gladiator bags. Are you interested?
Why, of course I am.
All right, then. Here's the tune.
Night and day.
There it is. What's the title of that song?
Night and day.
You're right. You win all the sensational prizes. Quickly now, give me your name and address. They'll be delivered tonight.
Mrs. Knott,
Yes, Mrs. Knott. The street number?
127 East 89th Street, apartment 3C.
Thank you, Mrs. Knott. You'll get the whole works immediately. Expense account, items 8, 9, and 10. $39.50, purchase of Mixmaster. $79.50, purchase of vacuum cleaner. And $89.50, purchase of luggage. You may resent this expenditure, but there's one thing you must remember. Nobody can resist trading their name and address for something for nothing. I felt like an out-of-season Santa Claus when I knocked on the door of apartment 3C at 127 East 89th Street. The frame suddenly became a picture frame encasing a live version of Whistler's grandmother, complete with wheelchair and crocheted afghan.
Just bring them in and set them down.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Happy Jack, and I'm glad to meet you.
Right in here and set them down.
Ah, yes. There you are, Mrs. Knott. You lucky woman, you.
Is that all?
Almost. Now, all we need from you is a little information. Just some background on today's winner to pass along to my radio audience.
Be off with you, young man. I'll write you a letter.
Oh, but come now, Mrs. Knott.
Never mind. I have no time now.
Just a few questions while I check you out on the Hoover.
I don't need any checking out. Now go away.
I must say, Mrs. Knott, you're a bad winner. So now I'm afraid I'm going to have to stick around to find out how good a loser you are.
What do you mean? Come in.
You.
Stella, do you know this man?
Do I know him? He's that insurance investigator, Johnny Dollar.
Granny came flying out of the wheelchair, multiplying in height by 3. When I first saw Granny's hand flying toward me, it looked like there was an old-fashioned wedding ring on each finger. But just too late, I saw it was only a set of brass knuckles.
In just a moment, we'll return to the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. CBS cordially invites you to hear the adventures of Philip Marlowe and the stories of modern crimes and their solutions as unfolded on Gangbusters when they come to you every Saturday night on most of these same CBS stations. Tomorrow night, Philip Marlowe will investigate the mystery behind the cloak of Kamehameha, and Gangbusters will deal with the case of the Callous Killers. Now back to Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
When I woke up, the thunder and lightning in my head was getting an answer from the sky. And I started getting some answers, too.
You, James, give me a pay.
Granny's voice had changed to the bass register, and its owner was smoking a big cigar. I stayed on the floor and quiet. I didn't want those brass knuckles crooning me another lullaby.
I'm awful close to fouling up the whole deal. I told you I didn't want you to try to collect on that insurance. Why'd you do it?
It's $30,000, that's why.
To hear you talk, you'd think you were going hungry. What do you think I am, some empty milk bottle you can run down to the corner and get your nickel back on? What were you trying to do anyway, sell me out?
Sell you out? You know what started this trouble. You had to go to the fights last night. Oh, a big man. Dumb cops, you call them.
Don't worry about me. They haven't found me. I'll take care of myself. But not with you lousing me up, getting mixed up with dirty dealers like this guy Dollar.
Oh, you're so smart. Why did you let him in here?
Shut up! He wanted to give me something for free, that's why. Well, I've got something for him. A free boat ride. Wheel that chair over here. We'll take him out in that.
The wheelchair ride was short, to the street. The auto ride was longer, to the ocean. And from what I could gather on the dock, the boat ride was to be even longer, to my doom. I was still playing Sleeping Beauty and listening to the supposed-to-be dead man, Barton Drake, telling his wife Stella how he was going to make my slumber permanent.
Come on, get a move on. I've got his hands tied. Hurry up with his feet.
I'm almost through. There. Now what?
Now stand back while I heave him up on the deck.
Well, aren't you going to tie him to something?
For what? If they ever find this boat, they're going to find it empty. One good wave out there, and this guy goes for a swim. There. The wheel's lashed. He's got plenty of gas and plenty of ocean out there. That'll teach Mr. Happy Jack. Now I'm giving him away.
Taking that salt shower bath with my clothes on wasn't the big chill in my life. I was scared. My heart was racing faster than the boat engine. And for the first 20 minutes, all I could think about was hanging onto that slippery deck with all I had to hang with. My hopes and my heels. I was on the thin strip of deck after the wheel. Hard by my hands was a deck cleat. With that for a starting point, I went to work, trying to out-navigate that rope, with which Barton Drake had lashed the wheel. I worked my tied wrists over the cleat and dropped my legs down over the side into the icy racing water. I had rigged myself into a human jury rudder to swing the boat off its course. I didn't know where it would take me, but I didn't care, so long as it wasn't out to the open sea.
Oh, waking up there. Might as well tell you. Your boat sunk and you ruined the dock last night doing it.
Wait, I need this.
That paper. Oh. My name's Fred Kindly. I pulled you off the beach. I'm expecting to be paid for that, too.
Will it cost me to find out where I am?
It ain't worth nothing. Talk, ain't. You're on Slate Island. Ain't worth much neither. All slate. Didn't have the sense to grow no chalk to go with it.
Dandy. Where are my clothes?
Out in the sun.
How about my wallet?
Fish must have got it.
Mind if I feel your back for fins?
Don't get funny, young feller. Might want to be getting off this island someday.
Someday. Some minute is more like it. You got a boat?
Of course I got a boat, but ain't got much food. Maybe if I could afford to buy some supply of canned goods when I got to the mainland, well,
Well, how much would it cost?
Much as $100, maybe?
Okay, it's a deal. Let's go.
Hold on now. Only said maybe. Come think of it, might cost $200.
Oh, okay. You swindler. 200 then.
Oh, swindler am I? I say a fellow might as well have the game as his name. Makes my price $500 worth of grade A canned goods. And if you don't want to pay it, you can get out of this shack and wait for the mailboat.
Maybe I will. When does it get here?
Week from Tuesday.
Okay. You'll get your $500 worth of canned goods. When can we start?
I'll give you your clothes soon as you put it in writing and sign your name.
Where's the paper?
Right here. Keep it handy. Just fill in the amount here. $500 worth. It's my regular contract for shipwrights.
Okay. Give it here. 500. Now, where do I sign?
Right there at the bottom.
There you are. All signed.
That's a peculiar name. Ali Khan.
I'd had more than my share of wind the night before, so I decided to throw caution to it. I went into the building at 127 East 89th Street and up to apartment 3C. First, I knocked with my knuckles and got no answer, so then I knocked with my feet. Well, what do you know? The lock broke. There was nobody home, and Barton Drake must have been out calling himself Granny at the moment because the wheelchair part of his disguise was also among the missing. The closet was empty, and the brand new Gladiator bags I had delivered the previous evening were nowhere to be found. Well, nobody could say I hadn't made it easy for Drake to make a getaway with my little giveaway. I even supplied the luggage. But all the traffic wasn't going. Some of it was coming. Well, Stella, there's one bad thing about kicking your way into places. You can't lock the door behind you. Well, now that you're in, you better come all the way in.
What are you doing here?
You should be asking me what I'm doing alive. The only answer I've got for that is I don't murder easily.
Where's Barton?
Well, that was the next question I was going to ask you. Now that one's gone, I've got a couple more I'd like to ask you. And don't argue.
I don't know anything.
Well, then let me tell you something. If you're not guilty of anything else, you are guilty of attempted insurance fraud. That's in my department. The tougher you make it on me, the tougher I'm going to make it on you. Now, about those questions. How long has your husband been back here in New York?
He never left here.
Oh, the night his car crashed through the bridge, he just grabbed himself a hideaway in New York and stayed put, huh? How long has he been using that old lady disguise?
All the time.
Okay. Well, now my last question. That bag in your hand, where were you going? Okay, let's find out. Give me that bag. Uh-huh. What's this? Well, it's either a bathing suit or a two-piece handkerchief. And that blouse there, that doesn't look like it's for dinner wear in an igloo. You were headed south.
So we were headed south. What about...
We, huh? If you ask me, and I doubt that you will, so I'll tell you anyway, your hope's just headed south. Lady, you've been double-crossed. Your husband took off without you.
I don't believe it. If he left here, he had a good reason.
That's your guess, but we're not playing your hunches. We're playing mine from here on in. Just where did he say you were going?
I don't remember.
Maybe it'll help if first you remember what I told you about insurance fraud. It's good for 10 to 20 years. Now do you remember?
He bought tickets on the Orange Blossom Special for Florida. It leaves Penn Station in an hour and a half.
You've got that a little backwards. The Orange Blossom Special pulls out in half an hour.
What?
That doesn't even give me enough time to get down there. Get out of my way. Sit down.
Information.
Hello. Information. Look, I want the telephone number of the Penn Station branch of the Travelers' Aid Society. This was once when I didn't want the society to aid the traveler. I told them that Barton Drake was my invalid aunt and as nutty as a fruitcake.
With Stella's help, I described his costume, from the daisies on his hat to the buttons on his shoes. I tagged it off with a warning that when my aunt left the house, she thought she was a honeybee and was on her way to throw herself in front of the Orange Blossom Special, wheelchair and all. The guy on the other end of the line took off to round up the railway police, and I took off to round up a taxi. I rode the escalator into the main waiting room. And halfway down, I spotted Barton Drake in his grandmother getup. He was surrounded by police, and the police were surrounded by a small crowd. I walked over.
I don't know what kind of a practical joke this is, young man, but it's not funny. You made me miss my train, and I don't even have a nephew.
No, Mother, don't be upsetting yourself.
Don't you now, me, young man. Just get me on a train. Any train headed south will do.
Drake was getting ready for trouble. If the cops couldn't see it, I could. His hand was under his Afghan, and I knew the least it could be holding was a fistful of brass knuckles, but probably more. He was getting ready to make a run for it. I wasn't taking any chances. I edged my way through the crowd, up behind the wheelchair, and spun it around. I hit what looked like somebody's grandmother a beautiful shot in the whiskers.
He hit the old lady.
I got him. Now, wait a minute, officer. You don't understand. Don't understand, don't I? Hit an old lady, will you? He's not an old lady. Trouble you want, you scoundrel. Here, maybe this will quiet you down, will you?
Johnny!
Hi, Chickie.
Oh, that bandit.
Chicky.
What's the matter with your head?
No brains. Where's the general?
Oh, when he found out you'd saved American Pioneer $30,000, he decided to take the morning off and celebrate. He's out playing golf.
Oh, great. To celebrate my getting hit on the head with police clubs, he goes out and swings golf clubs.
Oh, Johnny, I was sort of...
Now, don't worry, Chickie. I've still got enough energy left for nightclubs. You want to help me with this expense account? I'll get it out of the way.
That's all it's then.
Uh-huh. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, American Pioneer Life Insurance Company. First, the police held me and let Granny Drake go to the hospital, where they learned the truth. Then they let me go to the hospital and transferred Barton Drake to the pokey, where he was soon joined by his lady-in-waiting, Mrs. Drake. Expense account item 11. Something I almost forgot. $500. Canned goods. For the man who got me off the rocks on Slate Island, Mr. Fred Franklin. Even if he did rob me, I didn't feel like robbing him. The only thing I did do was remove all the labels from the $500 worth of canned goods. I'm sure that this will see to it that Mr. Kindly had some very unbalanced meals, because I happen to know that there's no difference in the sound of canned tomatoes and canned peaches when you shake the can. Expense account total, $1,482.63. Yours, truly, Johnny Dollar.
At last, mankind is facing up to one of its most feared diseases, cancer. Research scientists are working tirelessly
This was the
exploring every avenue
1940s.
that might lead to new treatments, new cures, and new insight into the causes of the disease. At the same time, the American Cancer Society is working to keep the public informed of the progress that has been made, trying to reach everyone with the message.
I love this one commercial that comes on, and the announcer says that barely 100 years ago, in 1840, what did they call it? The fucking life expectancy was 30-something years old, and now it's nearly 60. He was so excited about that the life expectancy was nearly 60. This was in 1940. That barely 100 years ago, the life expectancy was 39 or some shit. Now it's nearly 60. Well, you gotta That's how we feel now. We're like, oh, it's nearly 80 or it's over 80. That's nothing, man. People in the future will be like, God, how did you guys even not just kill yourself knowing you're going to die so soon? In the future, people won't get out of college until they're hundreds of years old. It takes a long time to actually learn things instead of just like get drunk and fall down.
I'm shaking my balls, I'm shaking my balls. This is what I do when I'm shaking my balls in the AC. In the AC, baby, I'm shaking my balls in the AC. Oh, yeah, it works, dude. God damn.
All drive. All drive very fast.
That don't mean I can't shake my balls. Shake my balls in the AC. Shake my balls in the AC.
Okay. Oh, that feels good. Oh, dry balls are like fucking a luxury, man.
Squeaky clean, dry balls.
I gotta change my pants. I want to see Chicky Poo tonight. I changed my shirt today and I burned some holes in it, god damn it. No, where is that fucking? Where is that fucking? I've been looking for fucking. I haven't found fucking for a while. I don't feel like it's going to be in here because it shouldn't be. Alright, I can turn this AC off now. I dried my balls. Not in here, it shouldn't be. No, it's not. I think I must have dropped the motherfucker on the floor or something. Much left, but still, it's a very expensive fucking pre-roll. You better get your little ass back. You better get your ass back, little girl. Okay, is it maybe in one of my pockets? I mean, the whole fucking container is missing. This fancy ass container that pre-roll came in, the whole fucking thing is missing. Oh, there. No. There's the lid off of it. That's a bad sign. I forgot to put the fucking lid back on. And I dropped it somewhere. Oh, man. What the fuck is going on? Yeah. Hey, what's my pre-roll? It's full. Oh. That is a garbage bag. That motherfucker needs to go. Gosh darn it. All this shit up. It's not up here nowhere. Dog food, which is chicken. Aha! I do see it. It went far away. And the pre-roll is not in it. God damn it. Bet you it was in it. And I didn't put the fucking lid on the thing. Well, I'm finding, so far I found the fucking lid. Now I lost the lid for the fucking thing too. There's in my pocket. Damn it. This is an awesome fucking pre-roll, and it had a big ceramic fucking tip on it. The same color as this fucking golden fucking end. So, goddamn, how can it be fucking so missing? It's got a big ass fucking ceramic fucking tip on it.
Yeah, damn it.
Make sure it's not in here. No. Now that I know that it's fucking loose. Alright, I don't see the shiny motherfucker. I see some bags over there. Right where the pre-roll container was.
It's a mystery. Wrapped in a pickle. Wrapped in a tomato.
I didn't accidentally put it in this. So I have these two pre-rolls. $20 pre-rolls. I bet you it's down there somewhere on the other side. Nope, I don't see nothing. I don't understand what the fuck happened. Something stupid, I promise you that much. Something fucking stupid happened. That really pisses me the fuck off. I wish it could get back. That really pisses me the fuck off, and I cannot understand what could have happened. Makes no sense to me. Nothing. wanted the little fucking tip, even if there was no more weed, but there was still more fucking weed. God damn it. Oh, it's only a $28 pre-roll. It's alright. Alright. Where is fucking leg? These $40 in pre-rolls are for when I go visit Chicky Poo really soon. I wanted one of those fancy ones like I just was showing you, the shiny fucking golden fucking lid on it, and fucking it had the shiny golden fucking tip, a ceramic tip that was shiny golden. I wanted to give that to the chick because it looked so awesome. I got me one today, and then I went back to get her one, and I had bought the last one. That sucks. So I had to get her something else that wasn't 1,000 times less fancy looking. It's still fucking powerful, good fucking pre-rolls. $20 a piece is what they cost. I don't buy cheater usually. It's so fucking expensive, but what the fuck?
Talk funny? How, Brandon? How? An accent?
Bluetooth connect.
Well, that's it.
Clear the way for the ambulance.
The ambulance. The ambulance turns out to be the wrong kind of a wagon. Expense account, item 5, $28. Transportation the following day, visiting hospitals and the homes of the other 11 Apex drivers who had lost their cabs. During the course of this, I contracted a severe case of what GIs used to refer to as Jeep seat. Out of 11 interviews, I got 3 clues. 1, that up until last night's killing, the cab nappers had worked as a team. The little dark guy with an accent, as described by the dead driver Brandon, and a 300-pound accomplice wearing a seersucker suit, a Panama hat, and a complexion akin to a perspiring blob of leaf lard. This heavier of the 2 heavies, it seemed, never actively participated in any of the rough stuff, merely assuming the role of director of operations. Clue number 2, that in each instance, the driver's uniform cap was also stolen, which indicated to me merely that the getaway driver was very much interested in looking like a cab driver. Finally, clue number 3. From the most disgruntled of the drivers interviewed, the fact that the fleet owner McKissick had spent 3 years bootlegging, another 4 bookmaking, and had spent some very short vacations getting away from it all in prison, which naturally led me back to McKissick's Apex garage and office.
Come in. Oh, Dollar. Well, what have you found out?
Well, I'll tell you, McKissick. So far, I've just hit the ABCs. Later on, I'll get to the XYZs.
Look, Dollar, I'm getting fed up with double talk.
What I want to talk about is a double life. Yours.
What?
I once broke a leg jumping to a conclusion, so don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm doing. But a less experienced investigator might immediately assume that a man like you, an ex-bootlegger, ex-bookmaker, ex-jailbird, just might be stealing his own cabs for the insurance money.
You small
Now, wait a
town-
minute. Don't get that way, or I might also get the idea that you have a killer instinct.
My record's my own business. It was okay with the Hack Bureau. It was okay when that company sold me the insurance, so it'll have to be okay with you because you're stuck with it.
Nobody's calling you guilty.
Okay.
Okay, all I'm telling you is this. I want your cabs off the strip until this thing is cleared up. That's big call. When the day shift comes in at 4:30, tell them to park their cabs in the garage. And you can tell the dispatcher that I need it for 4:30.
I don't want to have my competition running me out of business. Now the little helper from the insurance company shows up to finish the job, huh?
I'm not trying to put you out of business. I'm trying to keep you in.
Well, it don't sound like it.
No cooperation from you, no insurance. I'll have it canceled as fast as I can get to the phone. How about it?
Okay. I can't do it. But if I were you, I wouldn't be caught hanging around here by any one of those drivers you're putting out of work. Some of them play rough.
You can always depend on a cab driver for being on time, but when it's time to knock off work. By 5 o'clock, the garage was full of taxis and carbon monoxide fumes. By 5:30, it was devoid of humanity, and a night watchman I'd met before stood guard outside the locked gate. At 6 o'clock, a visitor dropped in, followed almost immediately by me.
It's important, my friend. It contains everything I have in the world. All my money.
What's this, Vinny?
Oh, Miss Dollar. Yeah. Well, a young lady claims she lost my purse.
I hired him to go back because this afternoon and left my purse. It's not important, but I did it.
Yeah. I told her to call lost and found in the morning.
Senor, what will I do tonight?
While we're trying to figure that out, would you like me to drink? Her name was Marita Costello. She was a dark type, so I took her around the corner to a dark saloon. On the way in, we passed 4 grumbling Apex cab drivers shooting hot looks at me over cold beers. I arranged her in a booth so I could keep an eye on them, in case their intentions were no good, and an ear on her story, which I knew wasn't.
My first trip to America. I came from Spain 2 weeks ago. This afternoon, I was shopping on 5th Avenue, and 35 took a cab from 49th Street to Sherry Netherlands.
Sherry Netherlands. What time did you take it to that?
Wait. Can you sure explain?
Would help.
It was exactly 10 minutes after 4. I remember now. I looked at the clock.
And what time do you arrive at the hotel, Linda?
Why are you writing all this stuff?
I'll help you find your purse.
But I do not want to put you to any trouble. I am perfectly willing to search for the taxis myself.
Honey, the city of New York is going to a lot of trouble to save you that trouble. Every driver has to keep a record of every trip. Where he picks up his passengers, where he drops them, and when. He puts it on a big card. So all we have to do is find out which card has your trip listed on, and then we'll know which cab. And we'll go to the little cab and probably find the little purse. All right?
Very good, Mr. Price. If you would not mind the trouble.
Sometimes bothering with this kind of trouble eliminates all your employer's trouble. I want a martini. Expense account, item 6. $4, bar tab. Tip to waiter, $1. And here's a tip to young ladies who are pretending they just came from Spain 2 weeks ago. Don't order bird bath martinis and put them away in one go. The drinking taste of Spanish ladies is more the sherry type. And martinis are hard enough to get used to in 2 years, let alone 2 weeks. Oh, who knows? Maybe she was just in a hurry to get to the Spanish olives. One thing was fairly apparent, though. She seemed to be in a hurry to get something out of one of those cabs, and not by way of the lost and found department. At least the gentleman, the insurance investigator, was to accept her phony-sounding story and take her back to the garage. They arm in arm, sometimes senorita around the block, passing the time in a conversation not exactly based on her mother's favorite recipe or bosom. Wait a minute. As we passed the office portion of the Apex cab building, I gave up looking into her eyes and saw something that was open even wider, the garage gate.
What is it?
The watchman, he's gone.
Perhaps he just stepped inside.
Look at the stains on the side. What?
Spinning.
Brightwell? Who's Brightwell?
I do not know.
Who's Brightwell?
Please, let me go. Let me go, please, darling. You're hurting my arm.
Rita twisted away and was hightailing it up the street. I went stamping up the ramp in the direction of the source of the scream. On the way up, I hit the light switch. In this racket, even big boys should be afraid of the dark. The first portal I slowed my run to a pussyfoot pace. Edged around the corner, sliding my back along the dispatcher's counter. I got halfway down. The corner of my right eye picked off a pair of high black shoes, night watchman type. Heels on the floor, toes pointed up, sticking out from behind the end of the counter. I didn't have time to get a look at the rest of them. Something so round, so firm, and so fully loaded gave me a cold steel kiss under the left ear.
Hey, do yourself a favor, sir. Give me the big tip. Name me, turn around.
This be Mr. Brightwell?
Who did it, sir?
What about the night watchman?
There's no affairs with him. I'm fortunate that they accomplished in the administration of first aid. For a good deal of practice. I've seen to it that he's best in company.
I'll bet.
Well, Victor, my boy, I trust your search was successful.
Please, come on. Can't search.
Nonsense, my boy. How can you tell in so short a time?
How about picking a look for yourself that way?
You couldn't possibly have picked over all of them. Proceed with Sergeant Pritchard. Meantime, I have our friend here, the proprietor of the search, that we seated up.
In this case, practically anything can happen.
Yes, any could. Knowing that should encourage you to mind your manners. Also, will you come to me to my hotel where we can discuss this further?
With you holding that .38 caliber steel engraved invitation in your hand, I'd be a perfect cad to refuse.
In just a moment, we'll return to the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. But first, your armed forces are constantly searching for new methods and devices for national security and better peacetime living. Today's serviceman is a skilled professional who works with advanced techniques and equipment. If you're interested in science and technical subjects, your armed forces offers you a great opportunity now. Find out how you can join the world's greatest scientific enterprise, the Armed Forces of the United States. Now, with our star, Charles Russell, we return to the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar. And tonight's story, Who Took the Taxis for a Ride?
Looking for some stolen taxi cabs and wound up in a hotel room looking stupid. Not wishing to make this a permanent effect, I put my mind to work, and the fruits of its labor went something like this. Whoever had been stealing those cabs, and I figured I was face to face with one of them now, had not been stealing the Apex rolling stock for the cabs themselves, but for something evidently hidden in one of them. From here on in, there was only one way to play it, by ear. That was easy, because the pasty-faced 300-pounder draped in a double-breasted seersucker tent was doing all the
Back
talking.
in 1912, when I was expelled from Oxford University as a result of an unfortunate association with an unscrupulous proctor, I arrived at this decision, sir. It's sometimes not profitable to be on the apparently right side. I'll make myself clear.
Well, in a roundabout way, I think so.
Now then, I am thus fully acquainted with my position in regard to this matter of the Scarlet Madonna. But you, where do you stand?
I'm running a one-man escort service for Marita Guastella.
Marita, so the lovely but unwise Marita has taken unto herself an accomplice, has she? Well, as long as you're allied with her, you and I must be at cross purposes.
I'm open to suggestion.
Good. The girl is nothing more than a penniless adventuress, a common thief. But I, sir, may be able to tempt your transient loyalties with some very fetching turf. Well, Victor?
Oh, man, all right. Knocked it out of that night watchman when he came to. There was only one guy in the garage besides us. This is him. Let's go to work.
Now, here, Victor. This is not the time for violence. The gentleman and I are about to discuss terms of mutual profit. Are we not, sir?
You were discussing. I was listening.
Yeah. You'll find that I can be concise when the situation demands that I be. Shall we start with a figure of, say, $5,000?
I got nuts. Let me work him over.
Now, Victor, kindly remember that I deplore violence. Well, young man, what do you say?
Nuts to your 5,000, Mr. Bridewell.
Good heavens, man, have you lost your mind? What do you think the Scarlet Madonna is worth to you?
Well, so far it's been worth one man's life, 12 taxicabs, on a used car lot that comes to more than $5,000.
$7,500 then.
Keep coming.
Now, see here now. There's not only a limit to my generosity, there's a limit to my patience. How else do you expect to realize such a handsome profit?
I haven't made up my mind.
Perhaps I can help you. Here are the problems you face. The Scarlet Madonna is no ordinary gem to be disposed of through the ordinary channels. You, sir, have the faintest notion of the importance of the jewel.
I've got a hunch I could retire for life on it.
A very short life it might be. It'd be a pity if your blood were mixed with that already shed through the centuries over the Scarlet Madonna.
I don't waste time with that story-fat stuff. We haven't got all week.
My purpose in this repetitious recitation is bona fide. The bloody history may convince our friend that no one since the year 1256 has been able to share for any appreciable length of time the company of the Scarlet Madonna.
Hey, tell him about the
Well, that
pirate.
was the year it was fashioned. He worn the vestments of John of Vicente. March 20th that year, he was ordered by Alexander IV to hasten to the province of Tuscany to aid in the routing of the heretics. There, John was murdered and robbed of this jewel. And since that date, it has never ceased its bloody journey through history. England, France, and Spain.
Don't forget the pirate, that stuff.
Thank you, Victor, for your helpful interest. Indeed, it is true. During one of its bloodier experiences, it was woven into the beard of an Alsatian pirate, from which it fell when his head tumbled into the basket beneath a guillotine.
Yes, that was true. You see, mister, don't go losing your head.
I'm trying not to. Look, Bridewell, if this rock is so hot, how come you're willing to risk your pudgy little neck for it?
Victor here and I are only the temporary middlemen for this infamous death.
You aren't yet.
Am I to understand that you refuse?
Well, I must say you tell a very good story. But the answer is still nothing doing.
I told you fat stuff. We're wasting your breath on this guy.
All right, Victor, that's enough. Here, now, get up, young man.
That won't be over here. I'll yell the roof off this joint.
Yes, no, that won't be necessary. Now, put your hands up, please. Now, Victor, go through his pocket. Not that anyone would be foolish enough to carry the Scarlet Madonna.
Okay, now. Stand easy.
I'm gonna kick your teeth out.
Don't try it. Hey.
All right.
You know what we got here? Insurance stick.
I know, Victor. One gun is enough.
Not for me, it ain't. It must be from the company insuring the rock.
No, Victor. I am thoroughly familiar with the policies covering the Scarlet Madonna. What's the gentleman's name?
Johnny Dollar from Hartford, Connecticut.
And right now, thinking there's no place like home. I'm leaving.
No, we can't let him out of here. He's red hot, Bruce.
Down your weapon, Victor. You've been trouble enough.
Now you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. Back off, Buster.
I must insist. Let him get away.
Focus. Let go of him.
Insurance investigator, whatever. If he knows where the jewel is, he's more good to us alive than dead. More valuable than even you.
The elevators weren't fast enough. I hit every fourth step down.
How can I help you?
I just need 2 large French fries with ketchup, and that'll do it.
2 large fries, ketchup on the side, $8, 3 pennies first one.
All right, thank you very much. What's up? There you go.
Yeah, the 2 large fries with
Yep.
some ketchup.
This is the guy from when I asked him if I could add 93 Big Macs to my order. One time, a long time ago. I have that short on my YouTube channel.
You'd have to call like 3 days in advance.
Right. You said, I said, can I get 93 Big Macs added to my order? You said, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yep, you too. See you later.
All right. He said no, and I was like, what? I need it, because I was pretending like I was on the phone with someone. I was like, what? The whole family showed up? Oh, can I add 93 Big Macs to my order? And I was actually filming him instead of talking on the phone. And he was like, no. I was like, no, I need it. He was like, man, we can't be making no 93 Big Macs. Well, he's still showing up for work every day. It's been a while, man, since that happened. I'm getting French fries. 2 large French fries. I figure when I go and visit Chicky Poo, I'll have French fries and the pre-rolls. Hush. A dog behind us in the vehicle is barking at the guy. I forgot to put my wallet away.
Well, ketchup's in there.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am. I don't know if there's a lot of ketchup or a lot of fries. That is very heavy. It's a cheater. About the size of your little Peter. What happened to my thingamabob? Oh, I know. Oh, they got me!
Here's one I owe you. Come on, get up. Oh, save it.
Then I finished the job he had started. I found the Scarlet Madonna clutched in McKissick's dead hand. For a Scarlet Madonna, it was mighty green. It was an emerald about the size of a pack of cigarettes and flattened out in your pocket. The Madonna figure was carved in bas relief on one surface. As I stood over the body of McKissick, looking down at the green gem in my hand, I realized where it got its crimson name. For on the floor, outlining my hand, was a spreading pool of scarlet blood.
Well, sir, we meet again.
Yeah, so it seems.
May I offer you my congratulations? At the same time, request that you hand over the Scarlet Madonna?
Being unarmed, as you are, you're not welcome to it.
Well, perhaps I have something more persuasive than a weapon. Here are my credentials.
I'll look at them if you'll back up against the wall.
Very well. You'll also find there a letter authorizing me to the legal possession of this infamous dictator which was purchased in the explain that it's been my odious duty to retrieve it for its rightful owner, the Silver Museum, London, from which it was stolen by Victor and his erstwhile lady-in-waiting, the exotic Marita.
Insurance investigator. You? Where do you come from? What's your outfit?
Yes, I thought I'd set you back on your heels. I'm from London. Pity we didn't have each other's interests classified earlier. We might very well have, shall we say, collaborated in this matter.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's an unvoiced question lurking on the tip of your tongue. My association with the bestial Victor.
Well, at this point, I didn't want to insult you.
Think nothing of it, my boy. Due to a fortunate similarity in voice and physique to your accomplice actor, Mr. Sidney Greenstreet, I find myself automatically listed as undoubtedly the villain of the piece. In this case, and many others during my fantastically successful career as an insurance investigator, I was able to align myself with the basic source of the villainy involved. Further, I pray that you not accuse me of being associated with any of the physical violences which have punctuated this case. In short, this Victor fellow occasionally slipped through my fingers.
Look, all I'm trying to find is 12 lousy taxi cabs.
Well then, your troubles are at an end, my boy. I shall write out an address.
Fine.
And there you shall find them.
Okay.
You forgive me. It is but another small milestone in the evolved by the niggardly minds of the sniveling criminals who within the sanctity of that guardian of the peace of the public mind, the insurance company.
Amen. Expense account, item 7. $1.95, one evening gown, which was hard enough to find, but would probably be even harder to wear at that price. Purchased in an all-night salon de mode on 136th Street. This dress I gave to Mr. Bridewell to take with him when he went calling on Senorita Marita Guastella, prior to turning her over to the police. Expense account, item 8, $6.10. One bottle of you-know-what, with which to gargle the half-good, half-bad taste left by this case out of my mouth. Expense account, item 9, transportation. No, come to think of it, you can forget this item a while. I think I'd better stay here in Manhattan and rest up a bit. Expense account, item 9, $400. Advance. Entertainment and things while resting on my laurels. Or possibly Mr. Bridewell's laurels. But anyway, resting. Expense account total, $1,100. You fill in the cents. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Norman Macdonald and stars Charles Russell, with script by Paul Dudley and Gil Dowd. Featured in the cast were Herb Butterfield as Mr. Bridewell, with Paul Dubove, Lillian Baeff, Lou Krugman, Junius Matthews, Jan Arvin, and Jack Krugen. The special music is written and conducted by Leith Stevens. Be sure to be with us again at the same time next week when another most unusual expense account is handed in by
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
the great hit tunes of early 1939. Deep Purple, Penny Serenade, I Cried for You. How many more can you remember dancing to, romancing to? You'll hear them in smart new 1949 arrangements when your hit parade on parade comes along immediately over all of these same CBS stations.
I can't leave that playing because I'm bringing this phone with me. Yeah. Still filming. this background app that films, but I end up just filming for a long time. Even when I'm not paying attention to I'm filming. There we go. They're locked. Alright. Oh, I didn't want it locked. Yeah, I couldn't really have you out because when I put you in my pocket, you can see I'm filming, talking to this chick. She mentions her boyfriend a lot, which is great. I also tell her, apologize if I get caught staring at her boobs. I tell her how hot she fucking is. I tell her that I will probably pass around here. I will probably happen to pass around Grand Rapids this time of week, every week. Next week I'll come on Sunday. I'm not going tomorrow. I'm not coming tomorrow. Back tomorrow. I'm not hitting on this chick. I'm lurking. I'm gonna lurk. I'm gonna try to, damn it, I totally forgot to. I was going to pay with my big giant fucking wad of money. Instead, I fucking paid with a credit card. That was fucking dumb. I love how she comes at me as far as in proximity. I love how she comes at me in proximity. She don't come at me no kind of fucking way that I would really love, of course. She has a boyfriend. And she's hot as fuck. So, I feel great that she lets me come and give her things. Because as far as I'm concerned, unless she's telling her boyfriend I'm coming and giving her expensive fucking goddamn weed of various types, then me and her are sneaking around already. As far as I'm concerned. I need to hit the gym now. I'm in much better cardiovascular shape now. I need to hit the gym and get me at least that burst of growth that you'll get the first few months. Especially since I was a bodybuilder in the past. And there's something called muscle memory that could be just the fact that you've done it before and you know you can do it and you know techniques that work best and shit, so maybe that's why it goes faster. If you try to regain muscle, it comes faster. Or it could, I don't know, it could be something biological. But I'll take advantage of that fucking shit. Oh wait. You're gonna come with me when I throw my pants away. The ceremonial throwing of the digipants. It's the way we mark our transitions into the new day. There we go. Now we're transitioning to the new digipant shorts. I don't particularly like how well this large size is fitting me. Well, this was an awesome visit to a super hot motherfucking chick that I have a massive crush on. I liked it a lot. I filmed. I just couldn't have you motherfuckers spying on me. I had you in my pocket, muted, and with the screen locked, but maybe the button got pushed, because I use a screen lock app that's supposed to lock the buttons too, but it doesn't do it. Alright, so I did not give her the french fries. I mean, I'm not trying to be creepy here. I'm trying to creep towards being creepy. Seriously, I'm playing the extremely long game. And next week I'm going to tell her the absolute truth that it may seem like I'm old now compared to her, but she doesn't realize it, but in 5 years she's going to be like 100 in girl years. This is a fact. And I'm gonna be more, I'll be, yes, chronologically 5 years closer to my death, but I'm gonna be more muscular and more fucking athletic unless I get sick. I'm on that path, getting more and more vigorous and more younger and awesome. I did it today when I got that fucking scruffy white hair off. I'm gonna start dyeing everything, working out, building my neck even, every fucking thing. You know, you build your neck, it helps with the fucking extra skin you got in your older age. What older age? I don't have no age. Yes, I'm gonna start, but you know, 5 years, I'm gonna be, by all fucking looks, I'm gonna be younger than I am now, for sure. And you know, no matter what she does, I would say in 5 years, she's gonna be like 100 in girl years. And to me, she would always be super hot. My super hot, young, precious, darling fucking chick. Forever and ever, no matter what. That's the best, that's a good thing for when younger chicks visit with an older guy. She's always gonna be younger. She's always gonna be your young hot chick. Obviously, she's not always gonna be in her 20s or 30s, but you're gonna be old as fuck. Isn't that a technical term? Old as fuck. You senescence. You. How does it feel to be a senescent ape? And, yeah. It doesn't take long to get there either. Senescence is whenever you're really like, you're formed and, you know, everything's on the downhill after that. So, that's senescence. Yeah, I was excited to hear about her going on an awesome trip with her boyfriend. That's great. I really, really like the chick. Really, really, super fucking have a massive crush on the girl. So if she has a boyfriend, well, I'm happy for her. The only thing is, alright, so she's saying about having no money. Oh, here goes the... Oh, did I mute you before I went in? Damn it, I hope not. My stupid ass probably did. I wanted to mute you only after I encountered with the homeless guy. But I went in and I bought him like fucking $8 and something worth of food. And, you know, he didn't ask for no money. He apologized. And a dude. Oof, God, it must suck so bad because there really are so many homeless people. That are on drugs or something. So, God, it must suck. It must be incredibly horrible. To be in that position. The only thing is, if you're in that position, I don't know how. I guess what I would do if I had no money at all, I guess I would try to panhandle for money, especially if in a place where I see a lot of people doing it. So I know that there's places where you're not doing that shit because they'll arrest you. It's illegal to ask anyone for money. And man, can you imagine? Someone steals all your money. You have a suitcase full of fucking money, and someone steals the motherfucking shit. So the person who steals it kicks you out their house, and you're fucked. And it's illegal to ask anyone for money, like in public. But what I would do if I had absolutely nothing is panhandle, I guess, because you need clothing and you need baby wipes and you need food, which you can really, it's very, very cheap to eat if you really fucking are on a mission. And I would get a job at the lowest place, the quickest place to give me a job, like a Dollar Tree or something like that. And I wouldn't even tell them I'm homeless. You do not want to do that if I became homeless, which I am homeless, but I'm not homeless because I keep an income. Homeless really means broke, and I keep savings in the bank. So I live in a car, and I could buy a new car. Or I could fix the car I have. I have 2 cars right now, and one does need to be repaired. I need to rebuild the whole motor. And I want to because I've been studying it for a long time. Oh, where's my, yeah. I guess I'm still filming with this one too. Yeah, I was filming with this camera the whole time, with the screen off in my pocket. Go! I was looking at her boobs. Well, when I said that shit, and then I didn't even act like I heard her response, and I just pushed past the shit after I'm saying, you know, if I get caught staring at your boobs, just realize that I normally wear my sunglasses all the time, and a rare occasion, so I'm free to, like, look wherever I want, and no one is the wiser. And so I don't have my sunglasses on now. I might forget that I don't have my sunglasses on, and you catch me staring at your boobs, and I'm not trying to disrespect you. And she was like, I liked the response, like, she allows people to look. Okay, well, I'm liking that response because, you know, looking can be really good too. You know, looking at boobs and not looking at shirts or something else, bras. Just allowing people to look can lead to, yeah. No, I don't want to disrespect this girl, but yes, I would definitely hire her to make videos for my Patreon. I want to make naked bitch videos, and I think Patreon allows it. So fucking A right. I want to film chicks out in the wild with my camera in my hat and my camera on the phone secretly recording, and like let you get to know the chick as a character, filming them in conversations and shit like for a while, and then after the viewer is invested in this character on my YouTube or Patreon, then we can get her, I can hire her, pay her to model for naked videos. The kind I like. No men whatsoever. You know, any so-called porn that I like to watch, I don't know if you'd call it porn because, yeah, I guess you would, because some of it involves two women. But none of it involves a man at all. I don't watch anything on the internet with naked men at all. None. And I'm like, when I see what a normal porn looks like, I'm like, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of close-ups of fucking balls and shit bouncing, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Most people, most men watch that kind of porn with a guy fucking a girl. I don't want to see that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be. It's not even an anti-gay thing, because to me, I don't even think of gay people when I see a naked guy with his balls flapping around and his fucking dick. I don't think of him fucking being gay. I think of his fucking, I'm seeing his fucking balls, and I don't want to see it at all. You know, so I don't watch no kind of porn like that. And maybe not porn. It's just like a chick getting naked. Mostly. That is, to me, that is definitely the best shit, because it's all about the chick to me. The fantasy of this perfect fucking chick in every way. Or not perfect in every way. Something I'm fixating on, like maybe boobs. But anyway, I would like to make videos with chicks in every state of undress. And that's it. I'm not really porn. I mean, they can maybe do something to themselves, maybe that might be considered porn, and that's fine with me. But I'm not fucking nobody on camera. And now, one thing I would not mind is get me like this latex suit that has muscles built in. I seen some. I almost got one last year, and could have, I could be in a video a little bit, maybe with a naked chick on top of me, just to like show that it's my video and introduce the video and stuff, and then really, and I'm not naked. I have this fucking latex suit on with muscles built in, like fucking, like one of them fucking, something you'd see in some fucking DC fucking, whatever you call the fucking shit, movie. Alright, we gotta get out of here. I'm still at the place where Chicky Poo works. I don't wanna fucking be too weird. I just wanna be mostly weird. Light turned yellow. Oh man, I mean, I was standing there with the hugest fucking, because I have the huge digipenis, and I have standing there talking to this girl in front of the store with the fucking hugest motherfucking hard on. I didn't even try to hide it. It's like when you're in that position, man, you just want to squeeze it a little. It's like you're trying to, I don't know, control it, but every time you squeeze, like I guess like you're cutting off the flow of your, it's like the Kegel muscles. And it's like, you're trying to like say, go down, and it's like, no, it's the opposite. It's like, oh shit, it pokes out, it like blows up a fucking, like you're, some more, like you're blowing up a fucking air mattress. And it's supposed to be filming and forward, and the rear camera, which is going to be forward. Man, I don't know, this thing tilts back a little bit too much. Look, man, we got some fucking police action in front of us. Ah, damn, man, this thing got too much play in it, man. One thing I like to do now that I'm filming with the phone like it's a dash cam Lucky there was no traffic in my way. Man, there's a lot of fucking people. Holy fuck! What the hell is this? A massive line of people coming out of... Taco Bell, and a massive line of people coming out the wrong direction on this road. At least now that I'm here, they're not still going the wrong direction. God damn, that's a lot of fucking people. The police are gonna have their hands full tonight. God damn, these groups are big that are hanging together. Man, I don't know how many people. That's too many. Man, now they're gonna block the fucking road in front of me because the traffic blocked up. So now I'm not gonna be able to get through. And they keep coming and coming. They're waiting for the fucking light to turn. They're every fucking way. You hear this shit? I want to follow them. You think they'll notice I'm not part of their group? I look like a teenager, don't I? I don't know what to tell y'all behind me. If you want to go around and try to get through, I don't think it's happening. Alright, we got some people moving now. Damn, it's a lot of people. Eventually, I think they're going to run out of motherfuckers. I sure would have liked to have been in Taco Bell to film this shit, whatever the fuck they are. Anytime I see anything going on, I bail into it with all the cameras. I've been doing that for 3 years. I have so much shit, man. Now that I started filming with, alright, cool. Yay! We have escaped. Now, that was wild. I need to get the fuck off the road, man. It wasn't that they were driving down the road the wrong way for too long. They had just come out of a parking lot ahead of me, and the right lane coming their direction is completely obliterated with construction. My camera's very wobbly. Fuck. So they come out of it. I mean, then there's like fucking, I don't know, man. Was there 100 motherfuckers? Or was it more than that? God damn, there was a bunch. All these vehicles. Out partying together on a Saturday night. Tired of staying at these places here. I've been staying near an area, parking at the same few hotels much more often than I ever would have done in the past. I cannot eat these fucking fries. I stupidly bought. I don't know if I'm gonna bring food at all. chick that you're smoking weed with. Oh yeah, to me it's an honor to smoke weed with this chick that I'm fucking so hot for. Too bad by the time I want to fucking have a mess of children, she'll be too old. Most likely. And she probably will have had children by then. But I can't have them early because then when they're like 20, I won't be old enough yet. I'm thinking that when I'm at a certain advanced age where I'm going to need someone to help chase around my daughter's college friends, I'm going to need someone to carry me around maybe 30 years from now or something like that. So 10 years from now I need to have some kids. So I need to fucking make money. Money, 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 money. This is a dog. 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 She says, I love you too, Daddy, but got a poo and all that. So, cram all this fucking stupid shit and get us out of here. Oh. Out of here we must get. Get of here we must out. It is liquefied. It's a liquefied sensation. Alright, how many cameras do I need to film with? I guess I'll stop this. Don't you ha-ha me. I'll ha-ha back at you, young lady. Oh. Yes, we're having an awesome stay in Biloxi, Mississippi. Fireworks all along the beach. Ha 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 ha. The dogs want to get out. The dogs want to get out. The dogs want to get out. They're gonna bite my penis off. But the dogs want to get out. Nope, 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 no biting, no biting. No, please, please. I will let you out. Your negotiation tactic dramatically successful. This dog Trixie, she waits until I put the leash on her, and she thinks that as soon as I put the leash on her, she's supposed to be able to go. Because it's not true. Trixie. Uh-oh. Seems to be a malfunction. Ah, stop, Trixie, God. Man, this little dog can pull. There we go. There's a malfunction with the retractable leash. And you see that this dog, she stayed. She's waiting for me to also say, lady, come on. Oh, little pup cup. Trixie's little pup cup. They seen Trixie, they didn't see Lady because she gets behind the seat. And I know that Lady will not eat whenever the car is moving or has recently been moving or she thinks might be moving soon. She will not eat anything, or usually drink. She will sometimes drink water if she's real thirsty, but usually she won't even drink. She does not want to at all. She doesn't like the car moving, really. She's okay with it if she's in her spot behind the seat. She allows people to look, huh? Well, that is good news. Because that's a lot with her. Actually, I noticed she does have pretty darn big boobs. And I'm going to say that most people are not going to say she has a perfect body. To me, she is perfect in every way. I really like this girl. I'm not trying to marry her. I just like her. I know she's over 21. I got actual confirmation of that. And to me, that is her age. That is her exact age, over 21. And she looks like she could be 21. So I don't care what her real age is. Us men do not think that women have to be young. Not at all. We just think you always have to look young. Forever. And then when you don't, it's okay. You can go and, make paintings or something, like pottery. Biloxi, Mississippi. It's been a long time since I've been here. The last time, maybe not the last time, but a very memorable time that I went to Biloxi, Mississippi. And to this day, I've never went deep sea fishing, and I really still would like to go no matter what. Even though it's a terrible thing now. The oceans are fucking raped. But I mean, they're not raped by deep sea fishing. It's commercial fishing that is fucking it up. But still, the ocean life is having such a hard time from every fucking direction. They're like, man, primates were a sucky idea. What the hell went wrong, man? For billions of years, everything fucking went all right. And all of a sudden, these fucking primates. Well, I don't think I want you drinking out of those holes. No. I will let you drink out of this wet spot in the ground that's always been wet. And she can push her nose down in the grass and it's like, makes a puddle. It's like either a natural water. It's been there for years. But I think I would rather just put out some water and see if I can get her not to drink no damn wild water at all tonight. Yeah, I feel it's totally a victory if this chick lets me lightly hit on her. Now, if she was a chick that was cheating on her boyfriend with like a lot of dudes, or she really was like, I could tell she was real easy since I've been giving her money. You know, she does fucking come to me. And I know she's excited to see me because she likes the awesome shit I give her. And I don't want to ever do anything to make it where she's not excited to see me. That fucking makes me so fucking happy. Today, you know, and I try to look as least creepy as possible with this one particular girl. The rest of the time, I'm thinking it's almost like I'm trying to be as creepy as possible, but not really. I mean, with the really young hot chicks, I'm fucking just hitting on them. And I don't see nothing creepy about it myself. I find it creepy to just fucking say, you're bad for doing that because you've been around for a while. What the fuck does that mean? Shouldn't I fucking be better because I've been around for a while? The fact that we fucking age and fucking die soon, you're gonna fucking make it even worse by saying before you fucking while you're still awesome, you've taken time to get awesome at many things, and now you're not good enough for hot chicks anymore. It's not my fault that women fucking cost money, and whenever fucking they get older, we want to spend that money on fucking a young hot chick. It happens all the time. And women, if they lose their man, like another man, if you have the choice between spending money on a younger chick or an older chick, you're going to spend money on the younger chick. You know what I'm saying? It's not my fault that women have always been put out to pasture, put in monasteries, and the fucking dude gets a new motherfucking wife who can keep on bearing children or some shit like that. Whatever excuse you need to bang some fucking young pussy. There's nothing greater on earth than some fucking young motherfucking tits. There ain't nothing wrong with some fucking older tits. But the one thing I find sad is there can be some tits that are fucking like super tits, man. Because I'm into the fucking bouncy tits for sure. But there can be some super fucking tits, and then you notice that it's on a really old woman. And you're like, wow. It just doesn't do it for me no more. And like sometimes there'll be a chick that is young and vibrant and got a great, I like fucking, you know, some chick, their voice just turns me on, and their femininity, and I can look at a chick and like, I think she's super hot, But I'm like, if this same body was on a 40-year-old chick, you'd be like, oh, well, it is what it is because she's 40. And, you'd be like, nah. But because it's this, you got this young software, this young girl software inside this body, it's hot as fuck. And the same body, if it was on an older chick, it would be like not as attractive. The exact same body. Hey, do not be running at nothing. Tomorrow we're going crabbing on the beach. It might get dark. I hope not. I hope it never gets dark. Ah! I'm scared. Believe me, there are a lot of older chicks that are hot as a motherfucker. And they fucking are with some rich ass fucking dude. Every older chick I see is like fucking some chick that no rich ass dude fucking would want. And I'm sorry, I don't want the shit neither. Because I know if that chick fucking was fucking, if she did fucking hit the fucking gym and build her a six-pack and turn herself into super hot, well, she would be off the table from me then. She would be with some rich-ass dentist or some shit. So I don't fucking feel bad at all that I turn to younger chicks who, they're a dime a dozen. They're the real deal too. They're what the older chick has to work her ass off just to fucking try to simulate. Ain't no different for men either. Our bodies deteriorate rapidly. All humans. Super wet spot here, where water always collects here forever and ever and ever. I don't know if it's natural or it's water leaks. I think it's, I don't know. I don't know. We are in a mountainous area. Yes, on the eastern end of Afghanistan is where we are currently. Obviously a very wet area. So we're lucky we're not drowning. Man, when you look at, I mean, there's massive chaos coming in the future. The United States has fallen to a right-wing dictatorship. We look at places that are very soon going to be too hot to live, like Kuwait. And if it's Kuwait, what are all the places surrounding Kuwait? They must be the same, you know. All I know is, from what I've seen on several things referencing Kuwait being, I mean, it might be like a little bit hotter there or something. That's why they're all up on it. But, and I've seen a big documentary too with the people over there. And it's hot as a motherfucker. Is that a technical term? It's sometimes too hot for them for human life. But luckily it's like a certain time of day, it's too hot for human life. Oh, no big deal. But when it's like, when it's like from the time the sun comes up till it goes down, it's too hot for human life. Because it's already fucking hot enough before that. So when it's totally too hot to live all day, and then, I mean, if they would have to transition to just fucking living in holes in the day and working at night. But then, there's times where, I don't know about Kuwait, though. What is the temperature difference at night, you know? Because if it gets where it's too hot to live at night too. But what I'm saying is, you think about these people in these places where it's too hot to live. It's going to be, and sometimes, and it's going to be all the time soon. It's getting hotter every year. And you think, oh, those poor fuckers. No, you poor fuckers. Because those old fuckers are not going to just burn up and die. They're going to come fucking running on top of you. The new fucking right-wing dictatorship that's taking over America is going to have a hell of a fucking deal with immigration, whether they like it or not, because not just people from Kuwait and other far-flung places it's going to be too hot. It's going to be soon too hot in places all over Central and South America, and it's going to be too hot to live in places like Louisiana and maybe lots of other places in the South, because it's barely fucking borderline now sometimes. I mean, when it gets to 105 and more in a place with extremely high humidity, it's already such high humidity that if it's fucking 80 degrees or 90 degrees, you're dying, because your cooling system doesn't function. We have a very fucked up cooling system where we, I guess it's similar to like dogs. They use evaporation also, but we use evaporation where we cover our whole body in liquid constantly. You don't realize you sweat constantly. Even if you do not see any sweat on your body, you sweat constantly, because your body would overheat otherwise, even in a room that is cool, because we're producing massive amounts of heat. In our cooling system, we produce micro droplets of sweat on our skin, and it just evaporates before you would ever know it. It ever existed. And during that time when it evaporates, it's cooling you, and it's just enough, you know, to keep your temperature the way it needs to be. You're always sweating. I mean, I guess at a certain temperature, when it's fucking cool, when it's cold, freezing, you probably stop. But pretty much we'd run away inferno without fucking constantly sweating. And even though it evaporates before you ever feel any moisture on your skin, your sweat has a lot of things: lipids, fats, carbohydrates, proteins, salts, all kind of stuff in your sweat. And if you're constantly sweating, even though it's evaporating immediately, it's leaving behind all that stuff. So even if you never feel like you sweated all day, you're still sweating, you're still leaving that stuff on your skin, and bacteria can still eat it, and then the bacteria shits all over you, and the shit is what stinks. the bacterial excretions is what the smell of body odor is. Something I never have, pretty much. Because I clean myself constantly, so no bacteria, especially in the important areas. And I keep myself very dry. But sometimes I sweat, and some of these things that are in sweat go into my clothing. So then I dry my clothing immediately because of every night, because a bacteria cannot survive in a desiccated state or a desiccated environment. But still, there's a little bacterial action before they die off, and it may not get completely all the moisture out. It should, but who knows? So I may get a little bit of smell of some clothing that's been sweated in, you know. But for the most part, my clothing does not stink, even though I might wear it 2 weeks. Because I clean myself so much. And if I get, for some reason, I get right down the line of my mouth, I get right behind my tie. I don't really mind that. But any spot anywhere else, and I change. I'm very fastidious about it. Because I'm wearing the clothes for 2 weeks, I want it to look like I just fucking bought it. The collar has to stay very crisp. And I buy shirts that have because I buy these at the Goodwill, and I buy shirts that have a very crisp collar. I make sure it looks like somebody ironed the fuck out of this shirt. It's got to look really good. And crisp line all the way down all the buttons. You know, not no fucking wavy fucking line. Like it's fucking any kind of wrinkle. It's got to be a very crisp line, button line. Because I only wear button-up shirts. And it's got to stay looking like that. The collar can't get crumpled. I have an extra shirt in there, but I like to get my money's worth out of these fucking clothes, because I'm gonna wear it for 1 week, 2 weeks, until I get a spot on it. I used to spray it with stuff to make it stay smelling fucking perfect. Now I would just change it quicker. It's just fucking, I don't fuck with that anymore. It's a trick that I know, and I like that trick. Because, boy, it works, man. You spray it with this stuff, you saturate it, let it dry, and then, you know all bacteria is fucking dead. There ain't no kind of nothing going on. And so that's pretty much like washing it in a way. It's the same thing when people use smoke to clean themselves or clothing. What they're trying to do is kill the bacteria, so it don't fucking overgrow. That's the constant thing of humanity and all life on Earth. It's a massive, it's almost a battle, even though it's not really hostile. The battle against bacteria. It kind of is, because they're all over us and all over everything, and we kind of are them. We're just modified bacterial cells in a big sack. And then we have about 1 trillion cells that are modified bacterial cells that you could call human cells. But then we have 10 trillion total bacterial cells, even on and in our body. They outnumber us 10 to 1. We are just a spaceship for bacteria. And it's like a battle, kind of, because they don't want to eat us. They want to help everything keep going, but they're also meant to eat us. So if you get too sick, they might say, oh, is it time to eat you? No, please. Don't eat me. Now I'm gonna start eating on you a little bit. No. Well, that was fucking fun, man. That was better than going hang out with a chick that fucking might be so fucking badass awesome as her. But I could much easier play with her boobies. It was more fun connecting in any way with the super hot, unbelievable doll of a fucking chick that I have a massive crush on in any way. Like, to me, bringing a $20 pre-roll and smoking it with her is like fucking an honor to be able to smoke it with her. And lightly hit on her. And just bring her boobs into the conversation at all. It's like awesome for me. And I got this massive hard-on. Massive fucking hard-on. That is just trying to fucking jump at her ass. I'm like trying to say, down boy, and everything I try to do to like physically say, hey, you know, I'm just gonna like clamp on you a little bit or pull on you, do something, not with my hands. Just like, yeah, there's nothing you can do. Anything you try to do, it just like, oh man, it's poking up more. Oh fuck, it's like, this thing is like, there. She's looking at me. She's looking at it, like not staring at it, but it's like several times I've seen her like. The last thing she fucking did before she walked back into place was look at my dick. You know? I don't have complete control over it. I was not fucking trying to move in any kind of way to fucking not acknowledge it. Yeah, she's a hot chick. I hope her and her boyfriend have a wonderful time on their trip to the Outer Banks of Waxahachie. For some massive concert of some kind of music of some variety. That I certainly have no fucking idea. I am not a music person. I never have been. It doesn't make me feel old not to be on not to be up, hip, and fly with young people's music, because I never was. I never was. I remember as a kid of maybe 12, I fucking discovered you could do that fucking RCA thing where they'll send you all these fucking, I think they were tapes, man, at that point. Cassette tapes. So I'm getting all the kind of shit, and I'm trying to fucking listen to shit other people are listening to, and I like some oddball shit a little bit. Some Oompa Mau Mau, Elvira, that's what it was. I didn't mind that shit when everybody liked it. I kind of liked that too. I remember having the CD, the tape of like Michael Jackson's "Beat It." That fucking, it's quality shit for sure, but yeah, just not fucking, nothing really was like something I really wanted to listen to. I remember liking the 99 Luftballonist, some German shit. Don't know what the fuck it means, but it sounded great. I was thinking of some loose balloons tonight when I was looking at Chickie Poo. Man, one thing I want to tell her is what the fuck is going on with me. I never did have a chance. This is the second time that I've taken advantage of the fact that I have more time to talk to this than I did before. Because when she worked at Denny's, seriously, 0 time, man. For a year, I've been trying to talk to this. As much as fucking possible, and that was been fucking almost nothing. I had her coming at me when I would first come in, excited to see me for sure, and wondering if I had something for I'm not mad at her at all for wanting shit from me. Fuck, that's fucking the greatest thing, the greatest feeling, man. It's a disease for men. We have a genetic fucking code that gives us great fucking pleasure if a chick we're hot for desires resources from us instead of, spurning our resources. I mean, I don't know what the deal with this chick is, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Most hot chicks that have a boyfriend, not really accepting fucking shit, a lot of shit. So I just feel like it's awesome she's letting me give her shit. I'm not about to go crazy with this shit, but don't put it past me if we get really close and she never ever in my no fucking fucked up friend zone. I've busted out of that shit immediately. I'm not ever gonna be in that shit. That is a fucking horrible fucking place to be. It's hard to bust out of that shit. Never am I being that. I'm gonna be in the friend zone that fucking says, damn, I wish I could squeeze on your titties, man, but I know, those are your titties, so I'm not doing that because I'm respecting you. But boy, you really need to know that those are some nice titties. And I dream of those titties a lot. But, we're just friends. That kind of fucking friend zone is alright, because, I'm not pushing on no chick like that. But as I got a lot of money, so don't fucking be mad at me if fucking her boyfriend gets caught fucking some fucking blonde or some shit, and I buy a fucking nice car and fucking let her fucking pretty much give it to her, but I'm not putting no fucking car in no chick's name. You kidding me? She might decide real quick that she fucking is tired of me. But if the car's in my fucking name, she might decide she might be tired of me, but she ain't tired of the car. And I definitely don't want to ever be her to be tired of me. If the only thing that ever happens is I fucking smoke luxurious fucking pre-rolled joints that we can get these days, because it's fucking awesome like that. And all I get to do is smoke with this hot bitch. That's it. That's all. That's good. I hope fucking everything. I really like the chick. She's not some chick I'm just trying to fucking hit on because she's hot as fuck. I really like the chick. Whatever the fuck. I hope everything in her life goes good. But if I ever feel like there's a point where, now's my opportunity. Don't be mad at me if I fucking take that shit. But there's some other chicks that I like them too. They're just not super hot as far as I'm concerned. Not like this chick. This chick, everything, just every way about her just is super hot to me. So I don't know what she is. Chicky Poo is fucking awesome. But just like other chicks that they're cool, and they're probably the ones that are like single. I like them too. Cause you gotta fuck around with somebody. And they're cool people. And there's a few chicks I know. I see sometimes. Different ways. Oh. I really want to start taking my YouTube channel into some fucking bar rooms. And I get to go with it. I think in every city I need to build a fucking database of people who like to fucking party. I'm never gonna want to fucking do too much partying, but I gotta meet people, man. I work too much. I work and I sleep and I work and I sleep and I stack money and I stack money up. And now I'm wanting to buy land everywhere I go. So that's fucking working, and I need to, I need to really shift to fucking my own delivery business. I've been just enjoying life. And when I say enjoying life, I mean working and sleeping and working and sleeping. And during the day, I film constantly, and I act crazy with people, and I hit on chicks mercilessly because I'm filming. I feel like I'm free to do that. It's like a license to do that because I'm actually making a video all my life. Normally not live. I'm always filming secretly. And anything I see, like that big ass group of fucking 100 fucking cars all together, wherever they were, in the parking lot and at Taco Bell, because you know if they're right next to a Taco Bell and there's man, it could have been more than 100. That was a lot of motherfucking cars. I mean, 100 ain't as much as you think. Fucking, you take 10, that ain't too many in a line, and then you just have 10 rows. It was more than that. I'm telling you, this was a lot of fucking cars. Hundreds. What the fuck kind of group in the middle of the night? Man, that's more than a whole car show was there. They could like fucking do some crazy shit and the cops are gonna pull one or two over. I remember in Louisiana years ago, they used to pull over, because my dad got pulled over somewhere in some state, and he was driving along with a whole fucking caravan. People love to drive in these fucking caravans. There won't be a car for miles on each side of it. And they all want to ride fucking sucking each other's butt going down the road. And to me, if one car has a problem where they're all going to wreck in a big pile, if somebody does something crazy by accident, grandma steps on the brakes by accident all of a sudden when you're going fucking 70 miles an hour. But, yeah, I lost track now what the fuck I was saying. So I thought of other shit, like fucking, I should go into this darkness here and see if there are any fucking werewolves. Or if they're werewolf, maybe they could scare the piss out of me. And that would help me right now. Oh, shoot. I was saying earlier, and I might have skipped off, is I need to see some other chick to fuck the shit out of her or some shit like that. I don't want to get horny as fuck from Chicky Poo and then not have fucked the fucking shit out of some other bitch before I see Chicky Poo again. Well, tomorrow we're gonna fucking probably go rent a jet ski, maybe go parasailing. Maybe we'll take a tour of the Ivory Coast. I wouldn't mind living in a plane. That would be an awesome fucking deal. I wonder if I could, I wonder if you could possibly make fucking money doing like roadie type shit like you see people doing with a plane. Because sometimes the shit they're hauling is not huge. It's not big. If you just have like a fucking van and that's it, like Rideshare Rodeo, I think he just has a van and he's hauling shit long distances, like fucking, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, I don't know, 1,400 miles, I don't remember exactly, miles, and making, you know, bank. But could you make fucking money doing that in a plane big enough to carry that shit? I don't know how big it would have to be. Maybe a little bigger, because I don't really think they're making. What are you trying to eat? You better not be eating nothing on this fucking ground. Maybe she was playing with a stick. Tomorrow we're going to try to go unicorn hunting. Oh, wait. Ooh, wait, no. I have nothing. That's cool. Oh. This pre-roll container. $20 pre-roll. But I smoked it with the hot chick. And then I had another $20 pre-roll. And I gave it to the hot chick, so I have nothing. I have nothing. I had the memories. And I'm filming all this shit. I couldn't have you. At first I had you in the pocket. And I think I muted it. So I can't have you eavesdropping and spying on me. I can have the people of the future. Yes, absolutely. I'm filming for my videos that are going to be daily videos that are going to come out every day of my life. Once I post the first one, I probably will be posting a video. It might not come out every day at first because I'm putting together videos, and like the very first videos that I'm making are going to put together shit that I don't have a lot of video on. So I'm going to be like taking a lot of different time, little scraps of video that I have and putting together into a story and filming extra shit with it. myself to try to make up for the stuff that past me did not film. It really sucks that I lost that goddamn 3-year-old. It had a little bit left. That motherfucker was good. I didn't realize how good that son of a bitch was. It was better than these, and these are made by Jeter too, the two that I bought. It was better than that. Man, this chick reminds me so much of a stripper that I dated. This stripper was from somewhere, like South Carolina or some shit. Some real hillbilly, Tennessee or some shit. I think it was Tennessee. She sounded real fucking hillbilly. And two wild fucking kids, man, that they did that hillbilly haircut where they were like just bald. Just like fucking buzz cut. Like I did to myself earlier tonight. Except for come on, give me some. Ooh, you're strong. Strong. Are you strong, Trixie? Let me put these leashes out the way so I can have my hands free to catch you in case you fall. Come on, Trixie. I got you. Yes, indeedy. Eat your Wheaties. Oh, man. I don't know what I want. I gotta figure out where... Oh, I think I know where I want to stealth camp tonight. It is so late. Oh. So next week I'm not gonna say anything about this chick's boobs or anything like that. I just wanted to throw that shit in, man, and let her know. Never want to be in no friend zone. I want to be in the not trying to fucking kick over your relationship zone, but I like your fucking tits, man. And if you feel like you're not being too unfaithful with your boyfriend, if you share just like things up above the waist, I wouldn't be mad at her if she had that certain kind of fucking feeling. Casino. think I bought a fucking soda too. And when I was talking to Chicky Poo. I set it down. Forgot all about it. Definitely got rid of the scruffy hair. Except for on top. But I'll just have to work on that with the scissors. I can maybe watch some videos and see if I can get a comb and try to do it the way you're supposed to with some comb and some clippers. It probably would be better. And then to really fine tune it though, make it seriously fucking flat. From every angle. Look perfect. I really need to sculpt it with the scissors though. But to get to that point, I should probably try to figure out how they do it with the comb and then use the clippers to make it flat and hang around. Definitely need to beat off to the thoughts of Chicky Poo that are in my mind. The images of Chicky Boo, of Chickies, of the Chicky Boobs. Yeah. The only thing about her relationship with this guy that she's with, what is the deal with him being like, he's like broke or what? She's always talking about being broke, and she said, I think she said it costed her $150 each for her and her boyfriend's tattoos. And then she's spending $1,500 to go on this frickin' concert trip with her boyfriend. And she's putting it on like this fucking pay later shit that they have these days. So man, I don't really know if she's with the right dude or not. I know I'm not the kind of dude that could say, hey, maybe I can move in and she could spend money on me. Fuck no. She needs fucking a dude that could spend money on her. I would like to buy a car for her ass, but you know. That's kind of rude. I don't want no dude buying a car for my old lady, but I will. wonder how long they've been together, because I've been trying to, I've been seeing this chick and talking to her for, I don't know, over a year. I don't know how much over a year, but quite a while. And one time I was there at Denny's, and this big, tall, fairly fat black guy came in, and with like a dang Somalian accent or something, said that he was there to pick up Susie. And I just assumed it was her boyfriend. But apparently not.